Morning everyone, thanks for joining me. Today I was thinking about doing some tape transfers for my Victorian vintage journal, and as I was contemplating that, I was thinking, well, there's going to be people out there that don't know how to do tape transfers or haven't done it for a long time. So I thought I'd share it. This is basically the colors that are going to be in this journal. And so I'm going to try to stick with those colors for my tape transfers. So I have my jelly plate here, my 8x10, and I'm just going to lay down some cheap craft paint. And as you know, you don't want to overdo it, because your surface just becomes too slick and harder to manage. So, but these are the basic colors that are in that will be in my journal. A little bit of green. Okay, I think that's about it. Oh, forgot my pink. All right, let's give that a shot. Go with my brayer here. Spread my paints. Now, I'm not going to brayer it too much, because I tend to get, you know, those creases, those lines from your brayer. So I'm just going to leave that as it is, going to let that dry, and then we're going to come in and put a few stamps in. So, back in a flash. Okay, our paint is pretty well dry. I'm just going to come in with a stamp. This is a stamp from Stampendous. If you're looking for decent quality stamps, Stampendous are pretty dependable. And just going to, occasionally here and there, put a stamp down. I don't want it to dominate, so I'm not going to put it everywhere. That should just about do it. Clean my stamp off with a baby wipe. Okay, now we're going to let that dry. Then we're going to come in with our tape. And after we've pulled our tape, I'm going to use a book page and a piece of copy paper for my background. So let's wait for that to dry and then we'll come back. Okay, so everything is dry and I've started putting some tape down. This is just packing tape. Just laying it right on our jelly plate. Make sure you rub that down well. You want it to pick up as much of the paint as possible, and your stamp, of course. And just for variety, I decided I'd put a couple of strips of Scotch tape down. Now, this is not the better, I mean, it's Scotch tape, but this is not a clear finish. How do they refer to it? It's a satin finish. So I would have preferred clear, but didn't have any. So make sure your tape is longer than your gel plate so you have something to grab onto when you want to pull it off. And again, making sure it's well stuck down. Okay. Just going with my gift card here. Now what we're going to do is, if we feel this is well stuck to our gel plate, we're going to peel it off and apply it to our backgrounds, which are going to be, as I said, a book page and, you know, sheet of copy paper, whatever you want to have in the background. But what we do have to do, because it's lost its bluiness, is add some, let's just move this over. I'm going to be adding some Mod Podge. You can use, you know, any PVA glue, whatever you choose to use. Just make sure you have enough of it that it's going to have a good stick to it. Okay. I think we might be okay here. And just peel your tape off your gel plate and lay it down on your background. And again, you want it to stick well. I'm just going to show you how it looks when you're peeling your tape off, because that's the fun part. Let's just lift this off. Now I'm not sure that it matters whether you peel from the top to the bottom or from the bottom up. Okay. Bring in our next piece, just leaving a little space to get your scissors in there. Smoothing it down. Let's take some of our Scotch tape. Okay, that's on our book page. Now let's do it on our copy paper. Again with the glue. And our last two pieces of Scotch tape. Now I'm going to give that a minute to dry so that I don't gum up my scissors, because I've got glue everywhere here. And we'll come back and trim it up. Okay, so my glue is dry, and I'm just trimming it down now. I already did the strips that had the copy paper background. So yeah, I'm just trimming along the edges where my tape ends. Now these can be used for belly bands, just to add color to a page. You know, if you have a coffee stain page and just feels like it needs a little color. These could be cut up. If you layer them close enough together, they could be cut up for journal cards. You know, you're only limited to your imagination. So there we have our tape transfers. Now, as I said, some will have copy paper in the back, and then we have our newsprint, our book page. Now, just to give you an idea, I have a journal here that I'm slowly working on. Now, I could see adding this to maybe one of your pages that are just need some color. You know, something like that. Maybe a belly band somewhere. Belly band there would work. Or just, as I said, to add some color. This can also be used to reinforce if you're using something like a fabric page for your cover. Just to make that a little more substantial, you could kitty corner it with some strips of the transfer tape. You could put it at the top. Now, these colors aren't obviously going to work together, but yeah, should I decide to do them in these colors, I could reinforce my journal cover, my fabric. Well, you can use it for a book cover, hardcover book, or whatever you choose to use it for. And if you're interested, I think the next video I'm going to be, I have a signature here ready to be decorated. So that may be the next video. Let me know in the comments section if you're interested in seeing that. Would love to hear from you. YouTube takes into consideration how many likes you get, how many comments you get. Yeah, it really makes a difference, especially for those of us that are, you know, small YouTube channels. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you learned a new technique today, or I hope that refreshed your memory on an old technique. And yeah, see you on the next one. Bye for now.